All right, how's it going, everyone? Welcome to another Zelda Speedruns Breath of the Wild 80% tournament. Sorry we're a bit late. We set this up pretty late. So this one's going to be SlyZorua versus qtMajestic, and I've got two pretty sick commentators this time, Crazy AZ and Swiffy. And I'll let them take
everybody.
it away.
Hello, guys. Welcome to this awesome match we got today. Hope everybody is having a great Friday.
Absolutely. We've got a really good one here this time. This is going to be our last round of the winners bracket. So two very strong competitors here. SlyZorua and qtMajestic.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely very strong runners. qtMajestic was the world record holder up until 26 hours ago when his time was beat by 0.8 seconds. So a very strong runner, very fast. And SlyZorua, though, not to be outdone, is our only remaining runner who has not lost a race this tournament. So he has the consistency to pull this off.
Very impressive stuff going on the leaderboards recently. Having 3 times within a second of each other.
Yeah, it's insane.
Never would have expected to see that.
Also all popping up within the last 2 weeks. It's a good time for any percent. And looks like we're just about ready to go. Getting this brilliant opening cutscene that we've all seen 1,000 times. Looks like we both, they're running on the same language, French. Recently discovered that French is conclusively the fastest language, no matter what region you're on. There was a short period where we thought German was faster if you were on the North American region, but we found that to no longer be true due to an extra pause in the talk with the old man after bombs.
That's right. There's one text box after Bomb Shrine that has a very short pause. It's 12 frames long, but it makes that much of a difference when the times are this close.
Indeed.
We see both of them running in the faster version of French here. This is French in the European region.
As can be determined by Sheikah Slate being in lowercase letters rather than capitalized. It is worth noting that neither of these runners are actually from the European region, so they have intentionally switched their region for their consoles to try and save those frames. Both of them struggling a little bit to get out of
there we go.
Resurrection, though they both do get it. Pretty close together.
Good movement from both runners here, as you'd expect. Heading over to the pot lid now.
Yep. Both of them going for the slightly slower pot lid, though of course in these races consistency is really king, and so going with the more consistent strat's always better. Wow, Sly having a little bit of difficulties picking up that pot lid there.
All good. Seeing both of them opt to go for the mushrooms here as a backup food. Backup food in particular can be really helpful when getting this bow from the Boko camp we're about to head to. Their attack patterns are a little bit random, so there's a chance you can get hit. and if you do get hit, you won't be able to survive the rest of the way. So backup food helps there, and also if you have struggles with cryo clip, you can also use it there.
For sure. And, later in the run when you're doing wind bombs, if everything went cleanly here, that food will still be useful. So it's not really a waste to grab it. QT getting his bow without much trouble. And Sly just a few seconds behind.
Majestic getting away from the Bocos and getting a good climb up the wall. Sly, yeah, he managed to get the hop at the beginning, so this should still be good. Yeah.
Both of them got the fast climb. If you have the right amount of momentum going into that wall and or land in the right place on it, you'll manage to get up there in 3 climbs and not have to do the little extra to make it all the way to the top.
All right, both runners really close here. Majestic failing his first try with the clip, but getting it second try. So now they're pretty much neck and neck with each other.
For sure. Entering our first shrine here, Stasis. Spend more time getting this on this little cutscene getting Stasis than actually using it, but you have to in order to get off the Great Plateau. So we'll be getting all 4 of those runes before we're able to head off to the castle. Both of them having very nice lines here through the shrine. This split really is all about your lines. You spend the most time running in it of any of the splits, and so cutting down on as much of the extra movement as you can is always good.
All right, they both got the jump there, so I can speak again.
Yep. Not generally a difficult trick to jump that gap, but when commentators run their mouth, bad things can happen. So
quite a few times when I was commentating qualifiers, I would say that nothing really too much going on in this shrine. There's just this little jump at the end. And then by the time somebody would get there, somebody would end up failing it. So I had to keep my mouth shut for this one now.
So now we have a little chat with the old man here. And this is, both the runners know the right options to mash through this text as fast as possible. And then we'll be on to some of our more interesting movement in this run. Majestic here, setting up for a boulder launch to get him to the top of this mountain. Sly getting it as well.
We're coming up to one of the more major tricks in the run here. Both runners setting up for a BTB, trying to get these Bocos in the perfect spot to land on them. They'll go all the way to Cryonis. Ooh.
Both of them with trouble with the Boko noticing them, but Sly decides to go for it while Majestic is choosing to reset.
Very nice. I think this may work in Sly's favor.
Yeah, I would think so. A little hard to say if Majestic made the right choice, but I'm going to assume that he realized the Boko had noticed him far too early. This is a much better bounce from Majestic happening here. Oh, and Sly going for ESC.
Very interesting. Okay, nice. Unbuffered ESC from Sly there. If you do go for ESC, that's ideally what you want. No spamming the pause menu to try to hit the right frame. He just went for it and got it.
Yeah, that's That's very fast, but it's a difficult trick that's easy to be slower than the normal clip that Majestic opts for.
Right. ESC is very fast, but you also cannot pause frame by frame on in Breath of the Wild, so going for ESC like that is always a risk.
But yeah, Sly has taken the lead now off of that, after being willing to take the suboptimal bullet time bounce and that fast ESC. Still not that much separation. Cryonis
That's right. We do have to call Sly out. He did say he was gonna do normal clip in Smitch's chat earlier.
What the?
Oh.
What did? All right, so Sly actually succeeded in getting Cryo skip there, but then I don't know if he just didn't walk the right direction and fell back down.
I believe he might have been trying to jump onto the bridge and didn't get his jump input in time.
Yeah, very interesting. Majestic, on the other hand, did get a clean cryo skip, so narrowing the gap a bit. We've got our second bullet time bounce coming up here, and this one is very tricky to get. Not a bounce. You can get a bounce, maybe one of the easiest, but to get the perfect angle that takes you right to the shrine is definitely one of the trickier BTBs we have in this run.
Right, this could be one of the major things that puts a runner ahead or behind, depending on where they land. Slides looks good.
Yeah, Slides looks very good.
Hard to tell. Oh.
Majestics looks maybe a little high. Yeah, Majestic's gonna land in the forest. That's on the order of a 30-second time loss, so that's unfortunate.
Right. This isn't a major time loss, but this is one of the things that can put you behind in a race. Landing here in forest, like Crazy said, will put you behind about 30 seconds.
We see him opting to go for a tree launch here in order to try and be a little faster than just running to the shrine. It is worth noting, though, that if you land in the forest, you do get the consolation prize of some extra arrows, which can be big down the stretch when you're doing those boss fights.
We had to set up this race a little bit hastily, so I didn't get a chance to ask Sly if they're doing amiibo or no amiibo, so it'll be a surprise for all of us, unless someone in chat spoils it.
I don't know for a fact either, but I would highly suspect that both of these runners are doing amiibo.
Right.
I think they're both very high caliber and well matched, and for them to decide to put things up to chance when they both have amiibos would seem a little odd to me.
For sure. The amiibo category is definitely the one that's more competitive, just in the sense of having less RNG decide your run.
Yeah, is there really any time advantage or disadvantage between the two? I thought I'd even heard at one point that if you got perfect RNG on no amiibo, it might be faster, but...
Perfect RNG is in, like, getting potion RNG, maybe. That would be pretty much the same level, but having to stop lower down and open the banana crate slows you down a bit in no amiibo, and also
That's
having
true.
to slow down to get the beetle.
That's fair.
But yeah, potion RNG would be about the same, or possibly even faster.
Sly opting to go with a box walk here into this next BTB, which has its own little wrinkle in that you need the bokoblins to notice you rather than just an arrow you shoot. So there can sometimes be some frustrations with them not behaving quite how you want. But Sly looks to have pulled this one off quite well. We'll see
Sly
what
getting
Majestic
the
does.
typical angle here. Gonna put him just a little bit behind the shrine, but landing roughly where he needs to be.
Oh no! Fails the fall damage cancel. That is rough.
He just barely landed on the wall there, taking
Majestic
the fall
also
damage.
fails the fall damage cancel on his box walk. which will be a little awkward come Bomb Shrine because he will not be at full health to do that wind bomb.
Right, this race just got pretty interesting. So Majestic won't be able to go for the wind bomb inside Bomb Shrine now with as little health as he has. But Sly will be able to go for it.
Yeah, it does get this BTB. A very fast one, actually. Can be hard to get that lower angle, but when you do, it's a bit faster than the high arc. That's more typical. Sly also getting a low angle on this one.
Ooh, very low. Really good one.
So assuming no troubles with the fall damage cancel again, we're gonna be pretty darn close. Ooh, Majestic struggling a little bit on that reclip.
There we go. Sly gets these clips first try. Oh, okay. Still very close together here. Sly will have a chance to pull ahead a little bit with the wind bombs in this shrine, so we've got a very close race here once again.
Majestic does not have food anymore, because he had to eat it when he failed that fall damage cancel off box walk. So yeah, we'll see. I'm curious how fast of a non-wind bomb bombs Majestic knows. It's quite likely that given that he's a newer runner, he doesn't really know. Okay, he's attempting this wind bomb anyways. Bit risky.
Oh, no.
And he dies. That wasn't worth it.
He shouldn't have gone for that.
Though I suspect it's quite possible he doesn't know really any other fast way to get through bombs. Newer runners have, who have only started running since wind bombs may never have learned the more intended route.
Wow.
Gets gamer wind bomb on his second try though. Damn.
Majestic not wanting to get behind here, goes for gamer wind bomb and nails it. Just a few seconds behind Sly now.
That was crazy.
Amazing.
Also, ironically, he only lost a quarter heart on fall damage there, so if he'd done that the first time, it would have happened just fine. Though,
just to mention earlier, he did have 2 hearts before, so if he would have landed on the upper area, he would have been okay. But landing on that lower area, you take more fall damage.
Yeah. Majestic is a relatively newer runner. Started only running this year in June or July. But definitely since wind bombs were a very known and implemented thing by that time.
Right. Just started yesterday.
Kind of difficult given that this tournament's been going on for 2 months now at this point, but both of them getting a good wind bomb to these trees. And we see them not going for a beetle, so this does cement that they are going for an amiibo run.
To see.
Very nice angle on that tree launch for Sly. Lands right at the base of that cutscene. And despite some missteps, that is still going to end up being a low 16 time for Sly on Paraglider.
We've got one of the most major tricks of the run coming up here. This is a trick you have to get. If you fail it, you just have to reload and try again. They're going to be getting a BTB that sends them all the way to the dining hall, or all the way to castle, rather.
Yeah, this is quite a difficult trick. Very precise timing here on when you pull out your bow. If you pull it out too early, you won't have the stamina to glide all the way to the castle. And if you go any later, you'll end up hitting the Boko before you're fully in bullet time, and it also won't give you the launch you need. Ooh, Majestic a little late there. Sly got a nice one first try, though, so he is well on his way to the castle.
Having to reload here is also brutal. The skew from clipping into bombs actually gives you a little bit more momentum that'll send you all the way up to dining hall, but since Majestic is having to go... Oh, D-pad troubles here.
That's rough.
Really unfortunate.
I don't even know. He might need
like
to...
6 times.
Yeah, wow, that is really rough. I'm not sure he'll have the stamina to make it. He's going to need to do some form of a backup.
He can land at Castletown and do a backup wind bomb, so I believe that's what he'll be going for here. His stamina is still pretty okay. He doesn't have a lot of height, but his stamina will at least let him land here at Castletown.
Yeah. He's not going to get all the way to the platform he needs. Particularly because for Amiibo, he'd rather be up at the dining hall. But this will give him a chance to get some extra arrows, at least, from the no Amiibo crate. Oh, he's right on the edge there.
He should be fine. I think that incline won't make you slide. But yeah, that is a little bit scary if you do land on the wrong part.
Yeah. It's a possibility of sliding down before you regain control of Link when the cutscene fades back in. Yeah, he was fine. But...
Oh, getting banana from the crate. That's good.
Yeah, that just takes a little bit of RNG off of Amiibos, though. That's not... Amiibos tend to be pretty consistent.
Right, he will still have to scan an Amiibo because he doesn't have Beetle or anything to make it a level 3 attack potion, so he will still have to scan, but that does take a little bit of the pressure of the randomness off.
Mm-hmm. Sly here. Now on the weapons collection part of Castle. This is where we pick up all the weapons we need to complete the boss rush. Wow, did
he really not get a carp with that first one? Wow.
Wow. Alright.
Alright, well the banana coming in clutch here.
Actually not, cool, because he did get 2 and didn't. Yeah, that was some rough RNG on the Amiibos.
We see on Sly's screen. Here going to sneak strike this moblin, take the stone smasher, and then we'll be cooking his food to use for the blight fights.
Definitely.
Healing up a little bit first.
Yeah, you need to make sure you have enough health to get to Sanctum on those 2 wind bombs. Let's see what Cutie's arrows look like.
Oh, I'm seeing some bundles
look pretty
here.
Decent. Yeah.
That's probably going to help him out later.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good arrows there. He should be able to make it through Calamity with those.
For sure. I wasn't paying as much attention to Sly's, but I think they were decent enough.
Yeah, I believe I saw Sly get enough to be able to make it through the fights and everything.
Alright.
Majestic getting slowed down a little bit here by the Lizalfos not noticing the bomb, having to lure it back out so he can sneak strike it.
Mm-hmm. Sly just attempted Windblight skip. Fun little trick where you shoot an arrow as you walk into... You shoot an arrow at a very specific spot while walking into the cutscene. And the arrow will be lodged in Windblight's head while the cutscene plays, damaging him repeatedly. And if you do it correctly, you kill him before the fight even starts, which Sly succeeded in. Very nice first phase of Water Blight there from Sly. Got the triple hits, so he finished him off before the slam.
Now we have Majestic going for Windblight skip here as well.
I didn't really watch Sly's. Interesting to see at least Majestic going now for Demon setup. It seems to have become pretty popular recently for
Right,
the.
I was thinking that as well. It seems like a lot of people have been using Demon setup for the start there recently.
Just seems to give a more forgiving shot placement than the previous setup, even though it takes one more hop. So that little time save is, or the little time loss is totally worth, guaranteeing that you'll get the skip. So Majestic is about a blight behind, both of them just starting their second phase. It's going to be tough to make up, but of course anything can happen during these fights, so he is by no means out of it.
Light fights here are fairly standard, so there won't be too much of a difference between these. One major thing that can happen though is failing something on Thunderblight Phase 2, like if you don't break his shield. I have seen races lost to that before. Just the attack patterns for Thunderblight Phase 2 can be very erratic and hard to deal with, even for an experienced runner.
For sure, but Sly has a very clean Phase 1 there, which is good and should mean that there shouldn't be too many surprises in Phase 2. Let's see here if Majestic can get the one cycle on Fireblight Phase 2. That would be a slight time slave over Sly.
There we go. We've got Sly heading into Calamity here.
Nah, he didn't manage to get the one cycle.
One cycle there.
Yep.
I'm interested in seeing what Sly's arrows look like now, because Majestic does have a little bit of a chance to catch up because of his incredible arrow RNG, but I don't think Sly's arrow RNG was that bad. So
yeah, I'd be surprised if it were bad enough to provide that much of an advantage. Oh wait, actually, it's worse than I thought.
That's worse than I thought. So this is still fairly close.
Yeah, actually. Oh, doesn't manage to get the Flurry Rush there. He's going to need to be a little more sparing on these bomb arrows. Oh, doesn't manage to get him off the wall. That's... Alright, luckily the Fireball was an easy one to shoot at. But, yeah, I think Sly's going to need to be careful with the... Ooh. He doesn't have a shield anymore. Luckily there is one in Sanctum, but he'll have to go pick it up now.
Yeah, so we've got Majestic heading into Calamity now, and this will be a really, really good example of how much arrows can make a difference with this fight. Sly's really struggling to chip away damage here to Ganon, but Majestic's just going to be able to wipe the floor with him with the arrows that he's gotten.
Right.
So this is going to be very close.
Yeah, Sly's going to need to get some Flurry Rushes in here in order to make up for the lack of arrow damage.
Oh,
and yeah,
Ganon going to the wall again.
Luckily, he's sort of saved his bomb arrows for this. Oh, but that's a terrible attack. Those tornadoes really are the worst.
This is really rough. At least he does get something good to parry here. He's not even near it, though. Yeah. He's having to run away.
Yeah. Dang.
Wow.
He needs to hope that Ganon gives him something easy to flip, and he doesn't. Not that you can't parry those electric pulls. So, man, this is getting close.
Yeah, this is super close here. We see Majestic over here just pelting Ganon with arrows.
Yeah.
And they're pretty much right even on health here. This is really incredible. So Amiibo does take out a lot of the RNG as far as making the attack food goes, but unfortunately this is something where can't really be helped. It's the
Oh my goodness.
It's the arrow RNG.
Yeah. And now Majestic has taken the lead on to phase 2. Oh yeah, Lumina points out that Sly may not be able to complete this fight anymore. It was so
true, I
slow,
didn't
his
even
attack
notice.
food is going to run out and he won't have the timing. On the other hand, Majestic got a critical and has no problems on the timing.
Well, I still can get the spear, but he's not going to be able to finish the finish doing the one cycle or the stun lock here with the weapons he has without attack food.
Yeah.
So this is a key match to like show just how important arrow RNG can be.
For sure. Plus some Ganon RNG. I mean, if he hadn't gone to the wall that many times, Sly wouldn't have needed to, or could have gotten more headshots with those bomb arrows rather than just shooting him off the wall. But yeah, Majestic has finished off Calamity and will likely take this race. Yeah, Sly having to go for these flurry rushes here to finish things off because he is out of the two-handed weapons to keep spinning the stun lock for.
And going to the wall again. No way to get him down here in phase 2, even if you do have arrows. Getting the spear parry though, he's gonna be able to finish him off here, but that's adding insult to injury.
Oh my goodness.
Going with the axe, here we go.
Oh, he's good. Does he?
Okay, he's having to go for the spear.
Well, has he picked up the halberd yet?
I don't
There's a
believe
halberd
so.
and some extra arrows that he could.
Oh, no, he
this
can just
parry here
parry.
will do it. We'll finish it off. Oh. All right.
That was
Wow.
that was really tight there at the end. I wasn't expecting that. Fairly close race overall for the whole thing. Congrats to both runners here.
Yeah. Wow. Don't go anywhere. We've got at least one, quite possibly 2 more matches coming your way in this best of 3. So this is quite the start.
Yeah, this is a best of 3, so if you thought this match was close, just wait, we've got more coming.
Insane. Barring any crazy mishaps on Majestic's part here, this will be the first race that Sly has lost over the entire bracket. So that will be the
big GG's to Sly. Just having that sort of consistency throughout all these races. It took someone who was a world record holder to finally be able to claw that away from him.
Yeah. And hey, that consistency is why he is still not out of it, even going down a match, as QT is about to land the last shot. GG's to Majestic on an excellent race.
GG's.
Sly just 2 shots away, and this is a very good time. Like, given that Majestic was so far behind at one point, but then comes in and like finishes with a 30xx. That's very good for a race. And even Sly, despite all the mishaps in that Calamity fight, is gonna end with a very respectable time here. Sly got his final shot coming up. And then we'll head to a short break while we let the runners recoup and set up for their next match. Or next race.
Sly.
Yeah, GG's to Sly. Well, What a
Super
start.
impressive race here from both
Yeah.
runners. I gotta recoup and get ready to watch it all over again.
For sure. So, just a little recap of where we stand in the tournament and what's at stake in this matchup. Majestic has, of course, taken a one-race lead, but is a best of 3. Winner of this match between them will be the winner of the winners bracket and will have claimed a spot in the grand finals. So I would expect whoever wins this best of 3 to be the favorite for the full tournament, just because while it is double elimination, meaning that one loss, whoever loses here will have plenty of chances to make it back to the grand finals. The way this double elimination is formatted is that whoever wins this will only need to win one match against the losers bracket champion, whereas the losers bracket champion will need to win 2 in a row in order to take the full thing.
Right. So we have, I believe it's 3 more rounds of losers bracket left.
I think even more than that.
It's more?
I think.
Okay.
Yeah, we're only, as far as I'm aware, we've only completed 1 match of round 4 of losers. And then there's rounds 5, 6, and 7 to figure out who will face the loser of this. So there are like almost 5 whole rounds left before we get to grand finals in the losers.
So a few more rounds to go through for losers bracket there, but we are getting on the tail end of this tournament. It's been quite a journey.
Yeah, for sure. And of course, I mean, whoever loses this will have a chance to come back, but there are still some very good runners fighting for a spot back in the losers bracket. So, plenty of good runners still in the mix to win this whole thing. All right.
All right, how's it going, chat? How are you today?